and you'll have to find other routes. So now we're going to jump to the second half of the demo, and this is going to be a little more action-oriented, if we can call it up. Screen. Like I said, introvert, introvert.
Malak, I'm going after the explosives. But once I have them, I'll need to know a good place to set them off.
Roger that. I'll see if I can locate an area close to the ships that'll create maximum confusion and get back to you.
Okay, right now we're using one of the augmentations that's available in the game. This is a strength augmentation. It allows us to lift very heavy objects, and by doing so, create new pathways through the game. If we didn't have that, we would have had to go through a different route, probably a much more combat-oriented route, through the main gate. Would have alerted guards, etc., gotten into a lot of fighting. We're saving the fighting for later, so we're going to stealth around. We're going to have to try and figure out how to disable this camera and maybe the guard as well inside, so that we can continue to be stealthy. So this is one of the many takedowns in the game. It's important to note it's completely contextual. It's not scripted, so you, the player, trigger it when you want. Right now we're accessing one of the computers in the game. Some of them are locked and you actually have to hack to get through. This one was open and it gives us access to shutting off cameras, to turrets, robots. We can actually take these turrets and robots and turn them against the enemies if we want to through that. By hacking into computers, you can do things like this. You can also access a lot of the emails that are in the game. And you can read about all the events going on, and you can find out about spam email, etc. So, lots of different options here. Careful there. So, again, that was junk that no normal human being could do, so we were augmented for that one as well. It's a junk augmentation. And now we've picked up one of the many weapons in the game. This is the crossbow, a stealth weapon, so we can keep playing stealth. And it may be stealthy, but it's still very lethal. Very lethal.
Sanchez says the boss comes in backup. Wants to make sure that she sells another kitchen.
Sanchez? Yeah. There's a little.
That was a long takedown. Very violent again. But I'd like to point out that we do have non-lethal solutions, non-lethal takedowns. And it is possible to play that entire game without killing anyone except for the boss characters. So, those of you who like cartoons.
Malik, I found the explosives.
I don't know if I trust Triad Bomb Tech, Jensen.
No choice. Once I set them off, the guards will come running and give me free access to the ship. You got a spot for me?
Yeah. The dock manager's office is at the back of the warehouse. A guy named Wayne. Place him on his desk and it should do the trick. I'll be monitoring in case something goes wrong.